Hi, I'm going to show you about Quizlet. And Quizlet can be used for multiple different things through teaching, but the way I use it, at least in my math classroom, is I like to use the Quizlet Live. So I'm going to show you how to get started basically with Quizlet. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Quizlet.com, or you just search in Quizlet and it'll be one of the first things that pops up. You're going to go here to this website. And then from there, you're going to want to click the login button up here in the upper right hand corner. And it's going to take you to this screen. And I choose to log in through Google since we have a Google account with the school. And then from there, it's going to prompt you, or it's just going to bring you kind of to this welcome screen that says welcome to Quizlet. And it has lots of different options that you can explore if you would like to. I have put the links in here if you'd like to click on these links, but you can invite your students. I believe this is an option though where you'd have to actually pay for a subscription for Quizlet, and I don't pay for the subscription for Quizlet, so I don't have this option. Quizlet on the go so that students can study anywhere. You'll see at the end of this, students can make flashcards, or you can allow the students to create flashcards with this and use it just as a studying tool to prepare for a test. So I think it has a lot of little cool things that students can use to help their learning and preparation of a test. You can track student activity. Again, I believe you have to have a subscription for that. You can record your voice, and I think that also requires a subscription. And then there's teacher content where you can browse sets that other teachers have created. And then also you can insert screenshots, but again, that also requires the subscription. So if you have a lot of pictures that need to go in, you can do that. One thing that I have done to kind of get around that is I will put up pictures around my classroom, and then I'll just say that they have to see image number 5 and they have to go find image 5 in the classroom. So that's kind of a way that you can get around that if you're looking for that idea. And then there's also just the Help Center, which will guide you through any questions that you have. So now that we are in Quizlet, let's figure out how to create a new study guide or just review of some sort. So you're going to click the review or click the create button up here at the top. And you can see my welcome bar that's right here. And then on the left hand side, I have different folders that I've created since I teach 3 different classes. I have Honors Math 7, I have Math 6, and I have Math 7. So you could create this however you want. It just helps me for organizing and being able to find a study guide real quickly that I can go through. So if you click this create button right up here at the top, it's then just going to take you right to create a new study set. So this is where you're going to create the new study set. I would say for me, to create a study set, depending on what class it is, but most of the time it probably takes about 30 minutes or so. You can get through it pretty quick if you know what you're doing. There are different things that you can set this for. You can choose a language. You can have it be math or symbols. Since I do this with math and I have in math and symbols, but you don't need to have that in. One thing too to keep in mind that when you do Quizlet Live, if you write the question in on this side, it will show the students all of the questions for their choices, and it will give them the answer at the top. So it just throws them off a little bit in the beginning, and then once they understand that they have the question there, they have to figure out which question goes with the answer at the top. they catch on pretty quickly with that. But I like to kind of switch it up back and forth so it keeps the students kind of on their toes so they don't know exactly which way it's going to be. And it just kind of helps change it up in the classroom for them. Once you have created your set, then it's going to take you to a screen that's going to allow you to hold on to that website or the link for that. And then this link, I believe, is what you would share with your students if they, and then you can also set it to that anyone who has the link can use it for studying as opposed to editing. If you wanted to share it with a dyad partner, you could create a Google Doc of this document and put that website in there and label it so that you and your dyad partner could access that as well. And then you wouldn't have to create two different ones. So that might save you a little bit of time with that. All right, once it's been created, here are your different options of things that you can do. You can create it as flashcards. So this would be great if you're using people and what they've done, or if you're using terms, vocabulary, and then you got to give definition of that. So they can do that. They can learn in different ways. They could work on their spelling. You can create it as a test. My experience with this was that it just split it into two different parts. One was a multiple choice part and one was more of like a fill in the blank. You can set it up as matching. I'm not really sure what the gravity part of it is. I haven't used that part at all. And then the part that I use this the most for is Quizlet Live, and my students almost on a daily basis ask if we can do Quizlet Live or if we have a Quizlet Live to do today. So they have really latched on and enjoyed doing this part of the review. I also think it has helped them as far as in preparation of their tests because they start to understand questions that they need to prepare for. So there's some other options here too when you get to this screen. You can go back to editing. So if there's a question that you did wrong, you can definitely figure out how to edit that properly and get it back to the proper place. You can share it so that it gives you an address for the students to go to so that they can use it as their study guide. You can add it to a different class if you want to share it in multiple classes. You can get just different info on it, but this is where you would need to have the teacher subscription. So when I clicked on the info part of it, I was able to see how many students had looked at it to study. You don't need the teacher subscription for that. For the teacher subscription, they're going to tell you which students clicked into it. And then the class progress is also going to require you to have the teacher subscription for it. And then in the more was just all of this information right here that showed up. So this will just give you an idea of just different things that you can do with it. If you wanted to create a copy of it, but then you just wanted to change a couple of questions from it, things like that could be done. All right, so now if we click on Quizlet Live right here, it's going to take us to this screen. It's going to prompt us, and we're going to have the choice to create a game, or we can watch the video and allow them to demo this for us. So let's take a look at the video and see exactly how Quizlet Live works. All right, we're going to watch the video for Quizlet Live.
Hi, I'm Thompson. I work here at Quizlet. Today we're going to show you our new in-class activity, Quizlet Live. Quizlet Live allows you to use your study sets in the classroom to help your students learn soft skills like teamwork and communication and hard vocabulary skills. I'm here in Quizlet's office with our team. We love to test our products before we ship it out to all of you. Today, the team are my students. Say hi, team.
Hi, Mr. A.
We're going to show you what Quizlet Live will look like in your classroom. Every student will need a computer or a mobile device. First, we'll select Live Study Mode, and then click Create Game. So my teacher computer is telling the students to type Quizlet.live into their web browser. Quizlet Live works with a mix of devices, so any student should be able to join in no time, just by entering the 6-digit code above. As students join, you can see the student count and the names of students who have joined. It's important to encourage your students to type in their real names. That way, they can easily find their team at the next step. If one of your students types in a nonsensical name, you can easily click to scratch it out and then have your student re-enter their name. Quizlet Live creates random teams of 3 to 4 students. This helps students who normally don't talk to each other learn to work and communicate together. Now our students will move around to get into their teams. Teams will need to communicate to pick the right term and work closely together to get each question right. We find that Quizlet Live works really well for introducing new material and final reviews before assessments. My teacher computer is now projecting the leaderboard. The first team to 12 wins. However, one wrong answer will send you back to the start. Oh, sorry, snakes. Congratulations, penguins. As soon as the game is over, we can review how the whole class did. We can see what terms they learned by playing the game, terms they regularly missed, and terms they know by heart. I can also use this time to review frequently missed pairs and help reinforce these concepts. We've been testing this game in schools across the country. We're always looking for ways to improve it, and we want to hear about problems you encounter. Thanks.
All right, so like he said, this is the screen that it's going to bring you up to. You want to make sure to project this for the students to see, and then you need to make sure that all your students are in before you start it. Otherwise, else the students will have to wait till the end of the next game. So that can be the longest process, is just waiting for everyone to get signed in. And then once everyone's signed in, you can click to start the game. You need the 6 students at least to show up. So you click to start the game, and then it'll take you to the teams, and you let the students move to where they need to go to. And then one thing to just note is you need a minimum of 12 questions in order to do Quizlet Live. So this means that's why the teams are divided into 3 or 4, because it has to divide up to 12 questions. So each student on their screen has a different answer. And so that's kind of how it's based off of team building and working together as a team, so that they can really help review and study for the test. So what's great though is once if they get a question wrong, it resets, and the team that's in the lead doesn't always end up being the team that's going to win right away. So the kids really enjoy it, and I hope that you're willing to take this opportunity to develop a Quizlet and try to incorporate it into your classroom. So your homework assignment for this video would be to create a Quizlet that you're going to use in your classroom, and you need to share that with Charlie Beck. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact myself or Charlie. Thanks for watching. Bye.